Hi guys, my name's Ben Hartley and welcome back to another episode of Six Figure Photography. Today, we're going to be talking about lighting. One of the things that has most set our business apart from the competition in our area has been how we handle lighting on a wedding day, especially when it comes to off-camera flash. So today, we're going to take a look at our bag. What do we bring with us on a wedding day in regards to lighting gear? All right, so let's start. The first thing we're going to pull out is a speed light. Okay, this is the most essential piece of gear that we have with us on a wedding day. This is not just any speed light though. This is Canon's flagship 600 EXRT speed light. Okay, the thing that sets this light apart from any other light on the market that I'm aware of is the fact that it has built-in wireless capability. So you don't need to use any sort of like unreliable, crappy trigger. Yes, I said it. They're unreliable, they're crappy. Yes, they get the job done. Yes, these companies do a great job producing a product that was useful, 2 years ago. I'm talking about Pocket Wizards, I'm talking about radio poppers, I'm talking about all the other third-party China radio triggers that are out there. The reason they're crappy is not necessarily that it's a bad product. It's simply crappy because it's a whole other piece of gear to bring with you on a wedding day that you don't need. It's another piece of gear that you need to worry about having batteries for, and you don't need to. It's another piece of gear that you need to worry about setting up and troubleshooting when something doesn't go right. Okay, on top of it, it's another piece of gear that can fail. Okay, this is why they're crappy. You can only polish a turd so much, all right? On a wedding day, we don't just have one with us. That would be useless, that would be silly. If you're just gonna have one, go find a 580 on eBay, go use a 430 or some other third-party speed light. On a wedding day, we bring with us 4, okay? Is that overkill? Yes, that's overkill. Do you need 4? No, you do not need 4. Why do we have 4 with us on a wedding day? We have 4 because A, it's such an essential part of the way that we shoot that we want to have backups, but then also our second shooter is using a full setup at a reception as well. We also have with us one of Canon's triggers. This is just one of their ST triggers. This allows me to wirelessly control all of my 600s right from my camera. I could have this speed light be firing at 1:1 power, this one at half power, this one at 1/128th power, this one at 1/32nd. I can do it all from here, and I can do it quickly, okay? When it comes to off-camera lighting, nothing is more frustrating or embarrassing than when you have 10 minutes to get a shot and you're fiddling around with lights, okay? These have really streamlined our workflow. I know what a lot of you are thinking right now. These Canon 600s, they're expensive. How can we afford 4? I'd much rather just get a third party. I'd much rather get a 580 rather than spend that kind of money. What can I say? Well, actually, I can say a couple things. It's $450, okay? Actually, the 580s now, I think since they've discontinued them, have actually gone up in price. I think they're right around like 600 if you try to find it on eBay or Amazon. Yes, you can get a cheaper speed light that is not TTL, that is not built-in wireless. But when you start adding in the fact that you're gonna need to invest in Pocket Wizards, all these different triggers for all your different speed lights, it actually is gonna be like as much as if you just would go out and do it right the first time. Look, you get what you pay for. It's all built in right into this device, okay? Your Pocket Wizards are gonna give you hell. They will give you trouble. It's built in. Even if you add it all up, buying third-party flashes, buying all these triggers, even if it is $50, $90 cheaper, it's honestly not worth it. You will save yourself so much more time, so much more stress, and I think ultimately money in the long run. If there was any piece of lighting gear that I would have with me on a wedding day, it would be this. We'll do a future post on these later, showing you exactly how you set these up, how you get them to trigger others, and how they interact, all right? So more on that later. Okay, next up, another piece of gear for lighting. It's basic, it's essential, everyone needs it. It's a reflector. You just need it, right? This is for controlling natural light. We use this nice little 5-in-1, but I'm going to show you the two parts that I use most on it. This right here is a gold and silver combination. We use this, if you can kind of tell, I'm going to move it in closer. We use this here because we found that the gold are just like too gold. It works great if you're shooting like an African American, someone with that type of like rich brown skin tone. I think this gold can look really nice. But overall, it can kind of overwhelm the subject with like a deep, warm color. Then there's, of course, the silver side. The silver, just the opposite, is almost like too white, near blue. And so we actually prefer just that touch of warmth, what you get when you have a silver and a gold that is mixed together. I really prefer this hybrid. The back side is a white. I like this white a lot because sometimes all this like foily reflective metal is just, it's too much. It's too much light, right? And so this white can often just give a really nice, soft, muted, kind of toned down light. And so we use it often. Lastly is underneath this, we have a diffuser. And so if we get in a situation where we're shooting at direct sunlight, high noon light, we can really control this, hold it above the model, and it'll help to soften the light that's coming down. Okay. All right, lastly, what I'm going to talk about now is a big dog, right? Lastly, we're going to talk about our ProPhoto D1000 Air. This is our main, huge strobe. This is, again, probably one of the most defining things as far as our style of shooting. All right, this is 1,000 watt seconds, which is about like, I don't know, 15, 20 times more powerful than one of these speed lights, okay? Like crazy powerful. A lot of people will shy away from this light. The reason they shy away from it is A, it's intimidating, B, it's large, and they think that they can't move it around or be efficient and quick on a wedding day. Now, we have all kinds of solutions for that. We're gonna have to get to those in a later post, but we use this light at every single engagement and wedding shoot that we do. This ProPhoto D1000 Air is incredible. There are a number of other solutions out there that are high-powered studio strobes, 1,000 watt seconds that you can implement. I think Alien Bees have some, White Lightning I think it's called, Ellen Chrome. There's a number of more affordable options. We chose the ProPhoto because, look, if we're gonna do it, I wanna do it right. I'd rather invest the money now in a piece of reliable professional gear than purchase something that might fail or falter and I'm going to need to reinvest. This unit has taken a beating, okay? I'm ashamed to say it. It has fallen. I mean, we've got some battle damage here from a wind blowing it over, and it's still working like a champion. This is a workhorse. The other nice thing about this ProPhoto D1000 is we got the Air unit. The Air unit means that we have another trigger. This trigger allows us to control our ProPhoto D1000 wirelessly. It's incredible. Just like with the 600s, I can be back at my camera. The subject's over there, our light's over here. I'm controlling everything right from my camera. It's the same thing with the ProPhoto D1000 Air. All right, now, as far as light modifiers, this is not a light modifier post, but I will go ahead and show you one that we use. This is a ProPhoto 2-foot by 3-foot softbox. We use this with a D1000 Air, and it just produces beautiful, soft, dreamy, stunning images. Now, I know some of you at home might be thinking to yourself, why is he bringing a studio strobe out on a wedding day? Why is he bringing this huge 1,000 watt second light, okay? There's a number of reasons. For starters, it's not as clunky as you might think. It's actually very, very transportable. We're gonna get into how we use it, how we power it, how we move it around, but this is actually a very mobile system. Look, we live in Ohio. We're shooting the majority of the weddings that we have in Ohio. Ohio is a crazy place when it comes to weather. If the clouds roll in on the wedding, if it rains on the wedding, if the sun is just too bright on the wedding, and the creative session is scheduled for the worst possible natural light ever, I want to know that our shots are still going to be spectacular, that we're giving our brides the most amazing, beautiful pictures despite whatever we're dealt. Okay, this is what our ProPhoto D1000 Air allows us to do. This lighting allows me to shoot with more of a fashion inspiration, with more of a commercial inspiration. And those images have helped to separate us from the pack. I want to know that I have full creative freedom to control my light. The creative freedom that I'm talking about is in a lot of ways more for me than it is for the client. Weddings can get monotonous, okay? It's like the same ingredients every time. Two people, they love each other, they're getting married, their families arriving, beautiful venue, indoor, outdoor. I want to stay engaged, I want to stay inspired, and I want to stay interested in the images that I'm creating. And being able to control my light with the D1000 is a huge thing. Now again, I'm not sponsored by ProPhoto. ProPhoto doesn't even know who I am. So this is not an advertisement for them. This is an advertisement for like challenging yourself and doing something more than just backlighting your subjects with the sun, exposing for the skin tones, and creating this whimsical, bright image. Yes, those photographs are beautiful. It's a great technique if done properly. We do it all the time, okay? But what I am asking is that you challenge yourself to start using off-camera lighting. Get your flash off your camera, put it in manual, start to understand your light, and create images that maybe are a little bit different than what you typically see in a wedding setting. And a really cool thing will start to happen. Your work will improve, clients will notice, and you can start to charge more. Guys, thanks for watching. My name's Ben Hartley with sixfigurephotography.org.